Hey, what's going on, people? I usually see a whole lot of posts about bleeding your top, and yeah, I got mine apart right now. I'm about to put it back together, but I figured I could kind of give a little bit more insight on how to bleed it or how I bleed mine. I mean, people may have ways they do theirs, but so my parts are already unhooked, but I'll show you kind of where they went. I unhook extra stuff that you really don't need to, and I'll show you that. So yeah, just a real quick video. We'll try to go through this real quick. Oh, right now my top is in the trunk, and now originally this right here is hooked to here. The reason I unhooked it is because I had put too long of a bolt in here before and I couldn't get it out, but now I found the right one. So this one you won't need to unhook as long as you can get this one out. So you let the top into the trunk. This pin is the one you're going to be looking for right here, and it's going to be going through your cylinder. Okay, that cylinder part should be right in there. You'll simply pull your pin out, pull that out, the cylinder will fall down. Now, as you can see, I have my cylinder sitting on a box. That's because when it's all the way down and you let it in and out, it'll start hitting right here. So I like to prop mine up just a little bit. That way it can fully extend and I won't have to worry about hitting anything. All right, so you can see I got the other side set up the same way. Like I said, you don't have to take that pin out. This will be the only pin you have to take out. The cylinder will fall down. Okay, now your motor. It's kind of be tricky to see this, but this right here is to the bottom of my motor, and you'll see it's connected there. You'll unhook that. This is what you're going to use to move your motor in and out to bleed the air out of the lines. Okay? Unhook that. The side that's going to the motor, that's what you're going to need. You're going to be looking for air in your lines here. Now, I ordered new lines and they didn't send them translucent. They sent just solid lines, but I still had these. So this is what I'm looking for. And right now you can see it's red all the way on both of them. So, okay. So, have the pumps unhooked. They're not hooked to the top. Got them propped up so they don't hit when you're moving them. Okay. Next thing you're going to look for is this right here. This is your power relay. This should have 12 volts to it all the time. You're going to want to hook some type of wire to this. Now be careful, because if you hook a wire to this and then you let that wire hit another piece of metal, it's going to spark. All right. You don't want a little thin piece of wire. You want something thick that can hold some current. So give me a second. All right. Well, before I get into that, so the type of fluid you need, I'm sure you already know now, is the Type F transmission fluid. So what I found is this little funnel thing at Walmart, and I found this works really good. Sorry, trying to do this with one hand. I always put a board there because I'm always nervous it's going to fall, but I know it's not. All right, so that fits right on there. The reason I like this is because you can pinch it. When you're working and you want to stop it, you can pinch it. So I'm not going to pour any in because I already poured it in, but I'll show you where that goes. If I don't flip the camera, y'all hold on. We're back. So on your pump, there should be a opening that you can unscrew. And that's where your fluid goes, right in there. All right. So as you're letting that pump in and out, you are going to be pouring fluid in there to get the air bubbles out and get more fluid in. That is your feel right there. Now what I noticed was that I could loosen this. If this feel was on the bottom, could loosen that, and I kind of turned it and I put that at the top. Makes more sense, right? If you have it at the bottom, it's going to drain out, but that's where mine is. All right. Now, if you don't have some kind of clamp or something to clamp your wire down, You need some way to make sure your wire doesn't move when you power this motor. Now, be warned, if you're scared of arcs and sparks, you probably don't need to do this, because you will notice you're gonna get some sparks. Mine is giving a little bit more sparks because I had fluid, transmission fluid, that wasted, and that's why I'm in here doing this. Okay, so the red is to go. Red is going that way with your rams. That means yellow should be coming back in. All right, and you want them to be pretty much even. And all you're gonna do is take your hot wire and touch it to the red to let it out, yellow to let it in, a few times until you don't see any more fluid in the lines. It's that simple. Then when you're done, you can let it, see mine done got off. Of course, that's why I like to try to keep it. Okay. When you're done, you let it all the way back out. See, this one is already pretty close. This one is almost there. Another thing to be careful of, when you're done using this, just go ahead and unhook it. Don't lay it down, because that's just asking for an accident. Now see, I was almost there, but of course I'd let that out just a little bit more so I could stick the pin in. And really that's it for bleeding your top. Not too hard, just a matter of, if you're nervous about touching wires and seeing a little spark, sometimes you don't want to do it. Like I said, my wires are a little moist because I had a leak, and normally this would be up here, but I'm in here cleaning up wires and just cleaning up the leak that was down in there, so that's why mine's all apart. So you would be reaching for that motor wire back that way. But hopefully that helps somebody. Bleeding the top really isn't that hard. It's a matter of getting the things apart that you need apart, pushing it out, pulling it back in. You may have to do it a few times. I only had to do a few times because I had already did it, and I was, like I said, I was about to put it back together, but I figured I may as well make a quick video since I'm out here doing it. All right, hope that helped you. Later. Right, just real quick, notice I got this one in, I got the pin in. This one is still a little far back. So what I'll do is I'll extend this one out some more, and then I'll drop the pin in, because that one isn't going to move as much, and that will make them even. So that happens sometimes, that one may just be a little bit off, but all you got to do is extend it out just a little bit, and it should be able to lock in, and that'll even them both out. Okay, so now once you get these pins, these back in, you do not want to keep cycling with this right here. Plug that back in, and then you need to be using your switch to run it, because what you don't want to do is lift this thing up, move something that's not on the a switch, and now it's out of sequence. So once you get those pins back in, go ahead and hook your motor back up, and you should be able to do the rest from your normal controls. All right, that is for sure it.